You're watching Let the Quran Speak. Now we answer questions we've received from you, our viewers. If you have a question yourself, visit our website, QuranSpeaks.com. Okay, Brother Shabir, here's a very interesting question. It says, why is there so much room for interpretation in Islam? If Islam is the absolute truth, should it not be completely clear and therefore require no interpretation to be practiced? I'm sure the Almighty is quite capable of articulating His needs of us clearly enough for there to be no doubt. Fascinating question, I think.
Yes, it is. And certainly the Creator is capable of making Himself clear. But in every communication, there are three elements. First, there is the communicator, what the communicator has in his or her mind, and then the words in which that communication is put. And then there is the recipient who has to decode that. So you can be a perfect communicator and you can say things perfectly, but when you speak to a wide variety of recipients, then each recipient may interpret the same thing in different ways. And you can hardly control that without fixing the minds of the individuals to all have a similar type of thinking. Mm-hmm. And this is what our Creator didn't do. He left human beings to be of a wide variety of opinions and outlooks. And with these different opinions and outlooks, when we receive the same communication, naturally we have different opinions about what that communication means for us. So this is an inevitable part of communication itself. The second thing is that the Creator could have given us like a prefabricated structure within which we each find ourselves inevitably placed. And we can't move out of that structure. So we're confined as we are in that prefabricated mold. Let's imagine that situation happening. Now let's step back from that and imagining a different situation where God allows human beings to grow, develop, evolve, change, and now we become the diversity that we are already. Now we already know how to do things, how to dress, how to greet each other, how to be kind to other people, how to live in a social harmony with other people. But at the same time, we're lacking in certain issues. So God now steps into the picture to give us a message to correct us on those issues on which we need the correction. So that's to me is what that is, what Islam is in my estimation. It is God stepping in, giving a message at a time when it is needed, but only that much that is needed beyond what people have already discovered and learned for themselves. Mm-hmm. So in this case then, we are already speaking to a diversity which is there. And that diversity, different opinions, different outlooks is already a natural part of life. So it is not the prefabricated mold in which God is force-fitting everyone to think in the same way and act in the same way. It is the organic growth and development of society to which God just simply gives an add-on. And naturally, that add-on is not going to remove all of the diversity. It's going to only inform people in such a way that given their diversity already, which is still preserved, they can rise to a higher level, but the diversity will still remain. Mm-hmm. And this is what has happened not only with the Islamic message, but with other messages of great prophets prior to our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as well, which indirectly we will also call Islam, meaning that this is submission to God. But I mean to say that it's not only with the message of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that we have this diversity of interpretations, but we have this in the case of all of the prophets. The book of Job, for example, is tremendously difficult to interpret, and people interpret it in opposing ways.
Mm-hmm. But of course the challenge with the Quran is that, it's one communication that's for all people through a very long period of time. So it's a message that people approach in different ways. It's not like God said, okay, I can have a number of different communications with people that are best suited to their needs, and they can best understand.
Yes, so definitely because of this, the nature of the Quran, a book revealed once for all time, naturally you're going to have people interpreting things differently
Many
at
different
different times.
interpretations,
And because it is the
Some
one
of them
book-
grossly distorting the message.
Yes, and of course God is tolerant of all of this. If he wanted, he could have fixed the minds of individuals so that every individual will understand his message in the same way. But that's not the kind of creatures he wanted to create as human beings. He wanted human beings to have this kind of diverse approach. So that people may worship God in many different ways. That's one of the benefits of having this diversity.
Thank you for that answer, Dr. Shabir Ally.
You're welcome.